Hey guys, Orlando here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Fighting with My Family, the documentary movie about the wrestler Paige. Sorry if the review it seems a little bit shorter. My family's playing music in the background, but this is the one time that they've stopped, so I've got to make this as fast as I can. So let's do this. This movie tells a story about Diva champion Paige and her underdog beginnings to become the youngest Diva champion still to this day. If you know anything about me, which you probably don't, I'm not a fan of wrestling. I'm not that big of a fan of sports anyway. But this movie really spoke to me. Before I get into that, let me just say other stuff I enjoyed about this movie, which is a lot, by the way. The whole family dynamic, how it's a family of wrestlers that all get along and they all like play off of each other. I love how all of that acts, especially with Nick Frost as the father. And this new actress, I guess she's new, I haven't heard of her, Florence Pugh, I can't pronounce her last name, but she's the one who plays Paige in this movie, and she is just fucking great. And her brother in the movie, Zach, is also a wrestler, and they both have this dream of going into the WWE and becoming the best that they could be. Now, if you've seen the trailers, or if you know anything about real life stuff, that unfortunately does not happen for the brother, but Paige gets sent off to the US and begins training to attempt to join the WWE. Like I said before, I'm not a big fan of wrestling, but this movie tells a really real, like the theme that's there, that's beneath all of this wrestling and comedy, because there's a lot of comedy. This film is written and directed by Stephen Merchant, and the way he is able to balance comedy and drama together is fucking beautiful. They start off the comedy to get you in, to get you invested to the characters, and then they start turning the fucking screw, and you're like, oh shit, this is getting real. The overall theme of this movie really hits me, and it's the theme, it's done over and over again, but I felt something was different about this movie compared to other like sports movies of that underdog coming up. Because it's like, sure, they all have that theme of like, she's away from her family the entire movie, and she's a kid, she's 18 years old, and she has to ask herself the question, like, who am I supposed to be in this world? You can't, like, The Rock said it in the trailer, like, oh, don't be the next Rock, be the first you. And that's a real serious, like, it's done over and over again in movies, but it's such a unique way of doing it in this movie, with wrestling being the main focus of it. Because wrestling, you seriously have to push yourself to the limit, mentally, especially physically. Like, you just gotta keep on going and going, and you don't really survive unless you have that passion for it. And that passion also leads into her finding out who she is, who she's meant to be in this world, who she wants to be. And I really love how well that mixed together. Not only does this movie tell the story about Paige, it also tells the story of her unfortunate brother. And I loved, even though it's so fucked up to say, but I love how they portrayed his brother and like him having that downward spiral into toxicity and just anger after not getting into the WWE, but his younger sister was able to. Like, I understand how much that hurts, and I appreciated how much it shows how toxic that it can be if you hold on to something and you just can't get it. Because even though if you're not able to get that one thing, there's other things in that area that you're probably still great at that you could still assist other people in. And I love how they shed light on that. Like, oh, you might not be on the same level as me, but you're still doing stuff here that really matters, even though it's not on the TVs and anything. People are being helped because of you, and that really fucking hits me. The music has started up once again, which means the review must be cut even shorter, which I hope it's still around average length for me. But yeah, I don't even know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear it, and it's fucking annoying. I went to the Q&A over here downtown in New York, and Stephen Merchant was there. I didn't get a picture with him, unfortunately, because as soon as he finished answering questions, he fucking left immediately. But I'll post a picture of him somewhere to show that, hey, I was like 20 feet away from him, so that's nice. Shout out to Wheatley from Portal. This movie had a really small budget. I don't know how small it was, but you could definitely tell that this movie, it's not like $1 million movie. I probably got like, what, 20 million or something? But I feel like that really benefited because there's a lot of practical stuff in this movie, and for a wrestling movie, we need to see that, because when you see wrestling on TV, it's not, nothing is fake, nothing is CGI. Sure, punches might be pulled, but, you know, people still fall 20, 30 feet. There was not a moment in this movie where I felt like I was looking at a stunt actor or whatever. I felt like every actor in this movie was doing their own stunts, which I absolutely love. Even though that probably wasn't the case, I love the fact that is what it felt like. Everything in this movie felt like it was a real experience. Like, everything felt real and genuine. I love that feeling. If you notice, I've only been talking good about this movie because this movie really touched my heart, and I was not expecting it to. Like, it really tugged at my heartstrings a lot, and it's permanently have a permanent spot in my heart now, which is insane because I don't even like wrestling to begin with. But I think I might start watching it now just because of this. Because why not? I didn't really find any negativity in this movie. I don't know. Other people might think differently. Of course, they are. Everybody has different opinions. But for me, I guess the camera angles were kind of bland, and the soundtrack was really forgettable. But that's pretty much it. In the end, whoa, that beeping. In the end, I give this movie a solid 9 out of 10. Have you guys seen it? Have you guys planning to see it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna be cutting up end cards. Bam! If you guys enjoyed this movie review, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be posting way more of these as time comes along. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Don't worry about being the next me. Be the first you.
This moment, we own it.